Welcome to the Box Score Sports Podcast.
Let's start with the Lakers because the Lakers, like you said, you mentioned, they woke up and then now all of a sudden everybody's kind of doing some moves here and there. The Lakers, they did a sign and trade with Walker Kessler. That's the big move. 4 years, 130. The Utah Jazz received for this move two first round picks and two pick swaps. They also signed Sexton for 2 for 19. Mamu, I'm gonna call him. That's what everybody else does. So Mamu, 4 for 52, and then Quentin Grimes 4 for 60. Maybe we could start with the Kessler move, and then we could get to the other three. But give me your thoughts on the Kessler move.
Dollar amount, don't hate. Like, not terrible.
Mhm.
Probably we talked about this yesterday. Injury risk, but he's what they're looking for. Big dude, defensive, block shots, rebounds, lob threat. That's what Luka needs. That's what they went after. So even if you have to like overpay for that guy, okay, they had the cap space to do it. But two unprotected picks, 31 and 33, and then we'll see on the swaps if they're protected at all or just, straight swaps. But again, especially when you get to 2030, Luka's going to be older. And if this doesn't work, you reach the downside of this is they have no tradable firsts for the next 7 years. So you're really locking into Kessler, Luka, and Reeves. And that's a risk.
Yeah, I agree. I think okay. So, do you think how much would you say they over because they're paying him what like 32 a year? What's the math comes out 32 a year?
Yeah, I think it came out to like 32.5.
Yeah, so it's not. Do you think like 5 million too much? 7 million too much?
See, I don't even think like the dollar amount is that bad because I do think, in theory, you'd have to give him a deal that Utah is uncomfortable with. And I think Utah was at 27.
Sure.
You get to 32. All right. The Jazz obviously don't want to pay 32. So I don't think the dollar amount is a huge deal.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you there. It's really all the stuff you kind of had to give up for him because this is your all-in move is really what it is, like you mentioned. And he is a defensive center, and he'll have plenty, I think, of opportunities to try to display that with the roster that has been constructed. So, the Utah Jazz on the other side, they just just accumulate more assets, which is kind of crazy to think about because they'll have enough to make a couple like an all-in move in the future here for their side of it. If you're Utah, do you feel like if a Utah fan, they make the right decision here, letting Kessler go?
I think so.
Yeah.
Again, we touched on this. Like some of these guys that are good but not like elite.
Yeah.
I don't know that you want to saddle yourself. And again, the dollar amount isn't that bad. They could probably swing that and bring it back, and they'd probably be a better team next year. But again, I think when you factor in the assets and the money, you could probably turn around and trade two of those picks and get, someone close to the same with that makes less money. We always talk about it. You could probably, if the Cavs needed you could probably get Jared Allen for one of those picks. Worst pick. So I just think when you get value thrown at you like that, I think you got to take it, especially when you're Utah. You're not a championship contender, even though they're obviously looking to take a step forward next year. That is hard to pass up because I think they have 10 first round picks in the next 6 or 7 years, and 7 are tradable. You just open the door to anything you want to do going forward.
Yeah, exactly. No, Utah, I think played it really well. They got enough big guys too, like they'll be fine. And then, I don't, like you said, I don't blame the Lakers for going after him, but it's also like what you gave up to go after him. I think they could have got Jared Allen for a pick and a pick swap probably, and he's a little cheaper, I think, than Kessler is. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. Any other thoughts on that trade?
Um, no, it's just a lot to go in for that type of guy with a known injury risk lately. Like he's missed, and maybe some of it he could have played, and the Jazz were playing the tanking game, but he's by no means one of those Iron Men. Like at least Mikal Bridges, you're like, dude, he's going to play 82 games or 80 games. You don't have that with him. And as we get to the rest of their roster, if he's out for a period, um, there's not a lot there.
Yeah, I'm just looking at so his games played 64 in his second year with 22 starts. He started 58 2 years ago and only 5 games this year. So, uh yeah, I guess we'll see if that trend continues. But I'm with you. It's a little bit more of a risk than going after Jared Allen with all the picks. Okay, let's talk about the rest of the roster because if you're building a team around Luka and Reeves, like my first thought is like get as much defense around them as you can. Rob Pelinka's idea is like let's just get a bunch of people who can guards who are small and can score the basketball, basically. So they start with Grimes and Sexton and Mamu. He's a good power forward. He can shoot the three. He can probably play a small ball five. But again, it's not really surrounding Luka and Reeves with that defense I think they need on the perimeter. So Kessler's got a lot of problems, in my opinion, with these signings.
Yeah, I would agree. Like I thought I was like, my phone, it starts going crazy after this trade. Like Grimes 4 for 60, fine, probably a little higher, but again, offensive guy, not really defense. Sexton, same thing. I mean, he's a perfectly fine backup guard, third string guard. He's not overpaid or anything, but again, not known for defense. And Mamu, awesome shooter, can play make, but he could only play like 8 minutes a game in the playoff series because breaking news, he's not a good defender.
Right.
And all these guys, Luka, Reeves, not good defenders. It looks like Rui's going to be gone, who was kind of their defender. Walker Kessler is going to, probably challenge more shots than he could ever dream of, more than he probably wants to. So from that aspect, I mean, you're going all in on a team that it appears your goal is to score 140 points, and that's your way to win. I mean, I don't know how they're defensively minded at all.
Yeah, I like how you put it. Like none of these signings are really bad. They're fine signings. All of them are NBA players. You like to see them on a roster. It's just like if you're constructing around Luka and Reeves, this is not the three guys you want to add to your team. That's, I guess, where it comes down to. So I think it'll be interesting how they fill out the rest. I think that's basically their roster, right? Like I don't know if they can add much more than those three guys.
Yeah,
They got Vanderbilt.
Yeah, and I just think when you look at all of them, like, okay, none of these guys outside of Luka are you going to be able to trade to get back awesome value. Like you're not trading Mamu on a 3+1 to get back a better player because they're like, oh, this dude is underpaid. Same with Grimes. Like even if he plays a little better, he's on a fine contract, but no one's giving you a first to get that. No one's giving you a first or ton of extras for Austin Reeves on that deal. So it just, you're really locking into it, and it makes it scary because Luka, 2029, he's got like 3 years, in the West with what they're going to go up against. If you're the Lakers, like you're putting a lot of eggs in this Walker Kessler and Luka and Reeves figuring it out. Maybe they will and they can be competitive, but that is, I mean, I thought the Bucks were like all in on some stuff. Like this is like way down the rabbit hole of if this doesn't work in the next year or two, this is going to just implode.
Yeah, totally agree. And they got Vanderbilt and LaRavia on their team, and they've drafted Cameron Carr. So again, I just don't know where the perimeter defense is coming from. I mean, Vanderbilt is fine on defense, but I think his scoring is what's the question there. So yeah, Kessler's going to have a lot of work to do. I just don't necessarily see it, but we'll have to wait. We'll have to wait and be patient and see if this works out, I guess. But we normally when we do our season previews, we give like off-season grades as well. But so and we will still do that, but do you just want to give me, because this might just be the team moving forward with a little signing here and there, grade for them? I mean, with all these moves for the Lakers?
I mean, if you put it all into like a like a C minus, like below average, I think, just because you might have good results. I mean, you were obviously more right on the Lakers than I was last year. Like when you have Luka, you're gonna be good, right?
Yeah.
You have Luka, you have Reeves. If Kessler's healthy, I mean, your regular season is probably gonna be good. You're probably gonna be a playoff team, even in the East. I mean, in the West. But I just don't. I don't see them competing against the best of the best in the West, like long term. So I just think when you empty your war chest for Walker Kessler, I think that's a below average move, and the rest of it doesn't seem to like fit into the strength of like, we need some defense around these two guards. We'll just throw more guys that can score but can't defend.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I might give them a little bit better because they trade LeBron. They add now they'll have depth and they have a legitimate center. So you're like, okay, you can understand that part. The defense, it's not like letting LeBron go. The defense is going to be there. But yeah, this is kind of crazy offseason for the Lakers. We'll see what happens. Maybe in like 3 years, Luka will end up on the Utah Jazz. And you'll get all your picks back.
Here's what I was thinking about. If you just ran it back, the Lakers ran it back, and you kept Marcus Smart, LeBron, and Rui. You just bring those three guys back. You still have Ayton, and heck, what if you signed Mitchell Robinson, right? I mean,
sure.
They had the cap space. Is that team worse than Walker Kessler, Austin, Grimes, Mamu, and Colin Sexton? Like, I think I would prefer the old version, the last year's version of the Lakers, by adding Robert Williams or Mitchell Robinson, opposed to going all in for Walker Kessler. And I know you got to transition from LeBron to Luka, but yeah, I mean, I think last year's team healthy would be better than this year's team of the Lakers.
Oh man, that's okay. Okay, I like it. Yeah, I don't disagree with you, honestly. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what it works out to, but I'm thankful the Lakers did this because it will help my team out a little bit. We'll talk about that a little later. Okay, ready to move on to the next topic here? Let's talk about. Thanks so much for watching this clip of the Box Score Sports Podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter or X. And we'll talk to you guys real soon. See ya.